You're with Julian on the Brown Note, and Ukraine, do not believe that the West are your friends. We're not. You have been a patsy for the Western world's military-industrial complex and their desire to keep the money rolling after the end of the Cold War. A friend wouldn't deliberately send you on course for a war that they believe was likely to happen if they followed that option. A friend isn't happy with the war. I guarantee you that the powers that be and the military-industrial complex are more than happy with the way that this has happened. It has created their new bogeyman, and they can sell arms to all of those NATO countries that are now going to be terrified of Russia. A friend isn't offering you virtually no help, apart from plaudits and sanctions that they will keep up as lip service. We're never sending any troops to help you no matter what happens. So don't believe us when we're your friend. We used you. The Western world has used Ukraine to sell arms, basically. Money was the goal. And it's been decades in the making. We needed a reason. After Islamic fundamentalism faded away, we needed a new world badman, bogeyman, to justify the trillions of dollars being spent around the world on armaments. We needed a new bad guy, and we got it. Thank you very much, Ukraine. And we can now go to all those ex-Soviet republics that are NATO states and say, you've got to be very wary. They're coming for you next. Let us give you billions in loans where the debt goes to your people and the money goes back to American and British armaments companies, so we can flood your country with armaments and they get the debt, and the taxpayers in the UK and America give them the money, but all that happens is all of it gets transferred to Lockheed Martin or whoever's selling the arms. The West could have given you a lasting peace in Ukraine. At the end of the Cold War, we had every opportunity to disband NATO. We had Russia on our side. Reagan and Gorbachev were in step with this new world order of having a peaceful world where Russia was again part of the same allied consensus as they were in World War II. And the people selling the weapons said, nah, let's make sure that the world is warlike forever so we can keep making money. The West didn't need to support the coup in Ukraine in 2013. They could have supported the West, Ukraine getting loans from Russia, where they didn't have to double their fuel, 40% on their fuel costs, because they were forced to get loans from the EU, which the country didn't want. So we helped overthrow their democratically elected government. We could have followed on from the 2008 decision by Obama not to sell arms to Ukraine, knowing full well that that would likely lead to war, which is why he stopped selling arms to Ukraine, and then it was restarted by Trump and continued by Biden. Ukraine used to be equal footing friends with Russia, the post-Soviet countries like Kazakhstan, and the EU and America. They had it all, but we had to go in and make them very pro-EU and pro-America and throw everyone else offside, including half their population who were Russian. The Western loans we offered them didn't need to be so onerous that it ended up in a coup. We tried to force on them loans that insisted that they freeze their pension, freeze their minimum wage, add 40% on the cost of fuel, just to accept our loans. We could have accepted this decision not to. We could have accepted the decision to let them take Russian loans, where they actually dramatically reduced the cost of fuel to Ukraine. But instead we fomented what has happened today. We fomented and supported a coup and turned the country into a very pro-America, pro-Europe country, which has led you to war. And we knew, and we did it deliberately. So your country would be destroyed and we could continue selling arms to all the other countries around you. We aren't offering you membership of the EU, and NATO membership was never even on the cards. They've admitted as much now. So we let you go through all of this, deliberately, to sell arms. The West is not your friend. Don't think of them in the future as being your friend.